Hello, I'm Bernice German, the Math Whisperer. This is where math makes sense. Welcome to Multiplication of Fractions, Part 1. Multiplication of fractions has the same meaning as multiplication of whole numbers, like 2 times 3. Really? Multiplication of fractions is like multiplication of numbers like 2 times 3? Yes, multiplication is multiplication. Let's review multiplication first. 2 times 3 means 2 groups of 3. Here's a picture of that. 1 group of 3, 2 groups of 3. 2 times 3 equals 6, but it means 2 groups of 3. I see that multiplication means groups of. Yes, multiplication means groups of. Now let's look at a fraction multiplication problem, such as 1/2 times 1/3. 1/2 times 1/3 must mean 1/2 group of 1/3. That doesn't totally make sense, but 1/2 of 1/3 does make sense. 1/2 times 1/3 means 1/2 of 1/3. Let's see what that is. Here is 1. Now I'm going to make 1/3. Here is 1/3. So let's find out what half of 1/3 is. This is 1/2 of 1/3. And 1/2 of 1/3 is 1/6, because 6 of them exactly cover the 1. So 1/2 times 1/3, which means 1/2 of 1/3, equals 1/6. Here is the important part. Any way we multiply fractions has to give us that answer. Here is the general form for multiplying fractions. A over B times C over D equals what? All those letters, they scare me. I will help you. Letters are the way to show the pattern. You are probably familiar with x as a variable. Yes, x is okay with me. Well, a and b and c and d and x are all variables. A over b stands for any fraction. C over d stands for another fraction. C over d may be a different fraction from a over b, so we use different variables. That makes sense. A over b is one fraction, and c over d is a different fraction. Back to our problem, 1/2 times 1/3. I can see that a equals 1, b equals 2, c equals 1, and d equals 3. Hey, I'm doing algebra. To get the answer of 1/6, this does it. 1 times 1, which is a times c, 2 times 3, which is b times d, gives us 6. It's looking like the way to multiply fractions is a times c over b times d. Wow, that's pretty easy. Let's look at another problem to see if this works for it also. 1/2 times 1/2 equals what? First off, it means 1/2 of 1/2. Here is 1. I'm going to make 1/2. And here is 1/2. Now we have to find out what is 1/2 of 1/2. One half of 1/2 is 1/4. And I know that because 4 of them exactly cover the 1. Does our algebra formula give us this result? A over b times c over d equals what? I can do this. A equals 1, b equals 2, c equals 1, and d equals 2. A times c equals 1 times 1, and b times d equals 2 times 2. It works. So the way to multiply fractions is a over b times C over D equals A times C over B times D. In summary, the way to multiply fractions is A over B times C over D equals A times C over B times D. And there you have it, my very brilliant math student.